Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gen Z BTC. It's me, Satoshi Guapamoto, and today we're going to be talking about pills, all right? Do a little Dr. Seuss for y'all. Y'all remember blue fish, red fish, yellow fish, green fish, whatever it was? Red pill, blue pill, black pill, orange pill. You feel me? Let's get into it. So I'm talking about all these pills from the viewpoint of economics, okay? This is all about economics. Now, there's red pill when it comes to dating. There's blue pill for dating. There's black pill for dating. There's red pill for thought process, like a school of thought. There's a black pill, school of thought. I'm talking strictly about economics, right? All of these have to do with an economic outlook, and they all correspond to a different view of the economy and of the future, right? So red pillars, let's just start there. How do red pillars think that they're going to get ahead in society, in the economy? Well, they're going to grind. They're going to grind really, really hard. They're going to pull themselves up by their bootstraps, and they're just going to grind themselves out of poverty. They're just going to grind their way to being a billionaire. They're just going to all grind, and they're all going to be millionaires and billionaires and rock stars and celebrities. And it's just a bunch of grinding. You know what I'm saying? They just never stopped grinding, and they grinded their business all the way up to $100 trillion valuation. Just a bunch of grinders over on the red pill side. You know what I mean? Then we have blue pillars, right? What are blue pillars doing in order to increase their economic prosperity, to increase their purchasing power, to increase their standard of living? Well, they're manifesting, right? Blue pillars are manifesting a better job. They're manifesting someone to come into their life and take care of them economically, maybe a husband, maybe a wife, right, that has some money. They are buying crystals that bring good luck and good fortune. They're saying mantras. They are listening to manifesting YouTube videos and TikToks. They're saying prayers about money. They're manifesting the money. They are using the law of attraction to bring the money to them. So that way they don't really have to do too much heavy lifting. And then black pillars, what are black pillars doing to get money? Well, they're giving up, right? They have the classic saying, the classic quote, "It's over, period. It's over. That's it. It's over." So the black pillars realize, okay, well, I am at the employee position at my job. I've been there for many, many years. I'm never going to make managerial. I can never really afford my own place. I have roommates. I'm renting. I'm never going to get out of the situation that I'm in. I give up, right? That's the black pill outlook on the economy. Now, red pillars, what are red pillars doing in terms of the economy when it comes to voting, right? Red pillars believe that, oh, I'm just going to vote red, and then that's going to fix the economy, right? We're going to do some trickle-down economics. We're going to do some Reaganomics. Trump's going to fix the economy. He's a businessman. He knows how to run America, America's business. We're going to use red voting and conservative policy in order to fix the economy, to fix the deficit, to fix the inflation rate, right? What are blue pillars doing? Blue pillars, they're voting blue, right? Voting blue, they're going to vote for social programs. They're going to vote for things like reparations or any sort of government stimulus when it comes to handouts like a stimulus check or more money for childcare or more money for certain minorities or certain tax credits when it comes to trying to buy a house or a car or increasing the wages of people, right? They're just voting blue, and that's what's going to fix the economy. That's going to fix the economic situation. It's going to make everybody richer. Everyone's going to have more money if we keep voting blue. What are black pillars doing? Black pillars have apathy, right? Black pillars have apathy. They don't believe that voting really is going to affect the economy because both sides don't really care about the average person, which is why the middle class continues getting smaller. So black pillars believe probably that the left and the right more so care about the up, right? They care about the top. They care about the people who are above really setting the policy. So voting does not really matter under a black pill philosophy. And then finally, what do all the pills have in common? What do all of these different forms of coping? Because pills are just coping mechanism. This is a different way. This is a mindset. This is a frame for a coping mechanism, right? A red pill coping mechanism, a blue pill coping mechanism, and a black pill coping mechanism. This is more nihilistic. This is more taking control of your own destiny. And this is a little bit more of a lackadaisical, laissez-faire type of approach, right? What do they all have in common? They all are very angry. Red pillars are super angry. They want to overthrow things. They want to overthrow the government. They want to they want to make government bigger, even though they talk about making small government. They actually want the government to be bigger, and they want the government to be big enough to destroy the bad guys over on this side, right? What are blue pillars angry about? They're angry about a lot of stuff, honestly. They're almost angry about everything, but they're angry about the inequality that they're seeing. They're super angry about these guys, right, and their ignorance, right? They're angry about the fact that well, I mean, there's a lot of manufactured anger over here, but they're angry about a lot of stuff as well. And then black pillars, what are they angry about? They're angry about the fact that they feel like the rest of the world is just too stupid to see the reality, right? They feel like everyone else is coping except for them, even though they're coping in their own way. And they're super angry that both these guys are constantly fighting each other when perhaps there's another fight going on that they don't even see, and that they're perpetuating their own issues, and that this sort of polarity is getting worse and worse. But regardless, they also contribute to it by calling both of these guys idiots and feeding into little pieces of red pill and little pieces of blue pill, right? So all these guys, they're really not that different. They're all very angry. They all have their own way of trying to get out of the system. They all feel like they're being cheated in some way. They all feel like they're being cheated, right? None of these guys feel like they're just so privileged. They're all being cheated in some way. And this is where this center idea of an orange pill comes from, right? It interconnects small pieces of both, and it solves the problem of all three, right? How does the orange pill solve the problem of all three? Well, because Bitcoin is the bright orange future. It's hope for the future. It's the ability to actually plan for the future, because you're able to take your economic prosperity, your purchasing power, your standard of living into the future. The problem with all these pills is that grinding really won't matter if the amount of hours you have to work is not feasible for you to attain the same economic status as someone who didn't have to grind as many hours. So for instance, someone back in like 1920 only had to work minimum wage for roughly, 600, 700 hours in order to afford a car or tuition, or they only had to work 10,000 minimum wage hours to afford a house, right? Whereas right now, all those numbers have been 5x'd, 6x'd, meaning that you have to grind 6 or 7 times harder in order to get the same stuff, right? And you might just see that as a challenge. Maybe your brain and your ego sees that as, oh, well, I'm just tougher than everybody else. I'm just going to grind harder. I don't care that I have to waste more hours of my life doing something I hate and don't want to do just to get the same stuff, even to get worse stuff, right? Maybe that's your macho man ego. Maybe that's how you cope with the world. Again, that's just a form of cope. Maybe grinding is how you cope with the world. So yeah, you can grind your life away. That's fine. But orange pillars don't have to grind in order to get the stuff that they want. They don't have to grind as hard, right? There's still work required. That's called proof of work. But in the system currently, especially as we get further into the future, as prices keep going up, prices never come down. Prices only go up, right? We can see that historically. As we go further into the future, someone might have to grind for 50,000 hours in order to afford a car or to afford a house. And they just don't have 50,000 hours of grind in their lifetime in order to do that. So that's why they talk about at the World Economic Forum and all these other elitist events, they talk about you will own nothing and be happy. It's because you're going to grind, you're going to work until you're 80, right? The retirement age keeps going up and up because you need more money to survive. And also the age and life expectancy keeps getting longer, right? So you grind for longer, but you have less. So if that's your prerogative, you're free to grind. Bitcoiners are ending the endless grind because you can get purchasing power that actually increases into the future, not decreases, right? So there's no need to manifest. It's just math. It's just real life. Bitcoiners get more money over time because they have a highly scarce, highly desirable, highly divisible, highly transportable, highly fungible form of money, right? They have a very hard asset. And there's no reason to give up as a Bitcoiner. In fact, it does the exact opposite. Bitcoiners don't give up. They have hope for the future. Their future is not already stolen from them. Their future has actually been reclaimed. So there is no giving up. In fact, Bitcoin makes you start, right? It really is the start of your life. because now you can actually plan for the future. If you have a $10,000 down payment and you think, oh, I'm going to put 10% down on this $100,000 house, and that's going to take me exactly 5 years. 5 years later, you look at the house, it's actually doubled in price. Now your 10% down payment is only a 5% down payment. You're not able to do the down payment, and the bank doesn't want to give you the house because now your income is not enough to keep up with the mortgage. So your future planning has been ruined. Under an orange-pilled standard, under a Bitcoin standard, you can actually plan for the future effectively. Vote red, vote blue, apathy. All of these clearly don't work. Voting red does not do anything. Voting blue doesn't do anything. Look at the deficit. Why has the deficit gotten bigger under Bush, then under Obama, then under Trump, then under Biden? Why does the deficit keep getting bigger? You can go back further than that. Why does the deficit keep getting bigger? Is it a red problem? Is it a blue problem? What if we all just don't vote, right? This is partially part of Bitcoin. Not necessarily apathy, but the fact that you actually don't have to rely on some political leader to come save you. You are your own savior. You can take control of your financial sovereignty. You don't have to ask permission. The orange pill is financial sovereignty. There is no need to ask for permission from the red or the blue. And there's no need to give up because the controls are right there in your hand. No need to give up because the controls are in your hand. It's up to you. The only one who can stop you from using Bitcoin is yourself. And then finally, the anger can be subsided once you realize that all the other problems end up going away, right? There will still be problems under a Bitcoin standard because humans are problematic people. They're problematic beings. But a lot of the small problems that you see, especially problems that are related to money, whether that's greed from super corporations or whether it's economic debasement through money printing and inflation and unfunded liabilities that you have to pay into that you might not even be entitled to once you get there, right? You're paying into Social Security as a 20-year-old. Who knows if you're going to get Social Security when it's your time to retire? If you look it up, Social Security is going to run out in 2030, right? So how are you going to get retirement, but you're paying into it every check, right? You feel like you're getting stolen from. You feel like you're getting robbed. Under the orange standard, a lot of this anger melts away because you start realizing there's no need to be mad at the blue pillars. There's no need to be mad at the red pillars. There's no need to be mad at the black pillars. Everyone's angry because they're all getting poorer. So what they do is they become more polarized. They're trying to find someone who can save them, someone they can put all their faith into, and then hopefully they'll destroy the bad guys who are killing their future, right? There's no need to do that. There's no need to create this great divide and this tribalism that's leading to a second civil war, right? This can all be avoided under an orange standard, under an orange-pilled standard, an orange-pilled viewpoint. Because under a Bitcoin standard, you're able to avoid all of this. You can cancel out the noise and you can focus on yourself and your future, your economic prosperity, your purchasing power. It's really all there is to it. There's a lot more to learn, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Please share the video if you actually like what I'm talking about here. I'm trying to have real important conversations. It's going to be a lot of content coming out of this channel in the future. Real conversations with real people. You're going to find out we're really all not that much different, okay? Some people have their different viewpoints of the world. I'm here to try to coalesce it all together, make it all make sense. All right. So if you enjoy that, please keep watching, turn on the notifications, right? So you can see when I drop a new video. Let's continue to build this community and make sure you continue to stack sats or die trying.